Welcome to the Worst of the Riot podcast. Coming up, why now might be the best time to start a New Year's resolution.
Also a hat controversy and more on the Worst of the Riot podcast.
You won't hear a show like this anywhere else. And that's probably for the best. The Worst of the Riot, Radio U.
You're a big love languages guy, aren't you, Isaiah?
I do love some language.
According to some new research from Canada, Amy Muse of York University, she's the director of their Sexual Health and Relationship Lab. She believes that the love languages that we've all been taught and know so well, she believes they're a lie. The love languages, of course, developed years ago as words of affirmation, quality time, receiving gifts, acts of service, and physical touch. She says in her research, what she found was, although the love languages are traditionally pitted against each other, as in like you can only have one, or at least one that's your primary, right? She found that when you ask people to rate themselves in each of the different love languages, what actually speaks to them and how they feel that they interact with others, they rate them all highly. And so it's actually not very helpful to just focus on one. You buying her pushback on the love languages?
I mean, what she's saying is accurate because the love languages are all the important things that you need to have a strong relationship. So, Amy, you are correct. Words of affirmation. No matter who you are, you like it when people say nice things about you. It's a high thing you would rank.
Yeah.
Quality time. You probably want to spend time with your significant other. You'd probably rank that highly. Acts of service. When your partner does things for you, that's nice. I'd rank that highly. Same as physical touch.
Yeah.
You probably like hugs. You probably like kisses, things like that. Receiving gifts. Who doesn't love a good gift? I'm sure that they would rank a lot of these highly.
Yeah.
People aren't saying they don't like all these things.
Yeah.
But I usually use the love languages as just another way when you first start dating your partner to kind of tell them, oh, I really like this one. I'm not saying that I don't like spending time with you or I don't like it when you say nice things to me, but I do really like it when you do things for me. That's my favorite.
Acts of service.
Acts of service is my thing.
You're an acts of service guy.
Always have been.
But in the research, she says, this is Professor Amy Muse of York University. She says that she understands why it's popular because it's just something pretty straightforward that people can grab onto, and it can help you understand yourself and your partner. But she suggests that love is not a language you need to learn to speak, but more of compared to a nutritionally balanced meal. You need some of everything. You can't only have acts of service. You can't only eat potatoes. You need potatoes and green beans and steak. You need acts of service and words of affirmation and the other three is how she would put it.
I think that Amy is making good points here. I would say, yes, Amy, you can't just tell your relationship, your spouse, that you love them. You also have to spend time with them. I don't think anybody's arguing with her on that.
I feel that the way I understood the love languages is that knowing that yours is acts of service, that then even if mine supposedly isn't acts of service, if I'm a words of affirmation, I don't know what mine is, but then I would have to, if I wanted to really make you happy and show you that I love you, I have to do acts of service, even though that's not normal for me.
See, I would say it's just a way that people try to get to know each other better in the beginning.
Yeah. But it makes sense that you should focus on all five. You might change your opinion on Amy here because she also says in her research, the old saying, happy wife, happy life.
Yeah.
She does, in her research, she found that's not true. She's found that it's happy spouse, happy house. Because I like that. I like that. How about me? How about the husband? How about my needs?
She said that just because the wife is happy, if the husband isn't happy too, guess what? Not a good relationship. Amy is just breaking things. You can't just spend time with someone. You have to tell them you love them too. You can't just do one. You have to do all 5. I mean, groundbreaking from Amy.
Yeah.
I hope she makes the big bucks because goodness gracious, you're telling me both people in the relationship about to be happy? Oh my goodness.
Yeah. She should write a book or something.
I think she's taking things a little too literally for just some things that are supposed to just be helpful.
Add a little riot to your Instagram feed. Follow @RadioU Official. The Riot. Radio U.
Isaiah, how would you respond to the comment that you and Gladden might look kind of similar?
I would say that's poppycock.
You think it's poppycock?
I think that's.
You think he's better looking than you?
I think it's inaccurate. I think that we both have dark hair.
Yeah.
And a beard.
Yeah.
But
so
I don't
do
think we look
and
alike.
I definitely don't look like him.
Yeah, you definitely don't. But your facial structure is a little different. Your beard's different, and your hair's different. Where me and Gladden have a similar beard, hair.
Yeah.
We both kind of have that same skinny rectangular head. You have more of an oval-shaped head.
I'm an oval.
You're an oval. I'm more of a rectangle.
People can make up their minds for themselves. You go look at the video on the Radio U Riot Facebook page and YouTube channel and see if you think Isaiah and Gladden share similar features.
He wouldn't be a bad guy to look like, though.
No, yeah. Good-looking guy. I'll tell you, though, I don't think he wore a hat when we talked to him, but he is, if you look at his Instagram and stuff, he wears hats that I could never picture you wearing.
No, I'm not a hat guy.
No. I don't know if I've ever seen you with that.
You never have. I've never worn one to work. I always think that if you wear a hat to work, that's kind of unprofessional.
Unprofessional?
Unprofessional.
You come here in sweatpants.
That's different than a hat.
You brought your dog to work.
That is different than a hat, all right?
Sometimes you go to the bathroom with the door open.
Different than a hat. Nobody driving to work this morning is wearing a hat. What careers can you realistically wear a hat?
I'm glad you asked. Postal worker.
They wear hats, I guess, maybe.
Protection from the sun.
You're going to be outside?
Farmer.
Farmer can wear a hat, but you're at home when you're a farmer. You're not going into a business.
Also, many fast food restaurants.
That's part of the uniform.
Yep, it is.
This is not, there's no uniform here. Maybe we should have one.
Caddy, you might wear a hat.
That's golf. I mean, everybody's wearing a hat.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that's not a part of the uniform here. You just wear a hat. How many times have you seen the sledgehammer in a hat?
I've
0.
never seen him in a hat.
Yes, because he's professional.
Yeah. But what about money bags?
Well, he's an engineer. That makes sense. Engineers wear hats.
Yeah. And I'm a radio star. Makes sense.
Whoa. That does not make sense.
Stars wear hats.
No, it does not make sense. If you're driving to work this morning and you're wearing a hat, please text in and tell us what your job is. Max says police, but yet again,
police,
a part of
yes.
the uniform.
I would love to come in here wearing a police hat.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
It's weird how there's a whole style of hat just for police.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Nobody else would wear that
Did
hat.
they specifically design that for police? It's not like it's functional for them.
Jonathan says, I'm a mechanic and we wear hats. Yes, Jonathan, that makes sense.
That's right.
Similar to engineer.
Why does it make sense?
Mechanics wear hats.
Why?
That makes sense.
Why?
Because
it doesn't have any function.
A lot of times
serve
mechanics, they're like in and outside a little bit. You're halfway in, halfway out.
Also,
Mechanic adds up.
Hardworking, like to get their hands dirty.
Dirk, project manager for engineering firm. Hat. There it is.
Exactly.
Jonathan, engineering. Boom, hat. Max, I have a coworker who wears a hat. Max, we gotta have the job with it here. I'm just saying, if you're a hardworking man, you probably have a hat on. Oh,
doesn't Max work for the government?
Jonathan sent in his hat. Yeah, that's a good hat. That's a good hat. I like that hat.
An
It's not what I
engineer.
expected for an engineer, but I like that hat.
Jonathan look good. I'm finding is that smart people wear hats.
That's what you've come to?
Engineers, mechanics, smart. And me, smart.
I am not opposed to hats. I just think that there's certain careers you rock
sounds like
them
you're
with.
opposed to it.
I'm not opposed to hats. I like hats. I just think there's certain careers, like engineer, makes sense. Chris, money back. Mechanic makes sense. Engineer, they make sense. Radio DJ, no.
I don't see why not. Also, Gladden does it. Check out the interview, Radio U Riot on Facebook and YouTube. It's Silent Planet. We interviewed Garrett from Silent Planet, No Hat, a while back too. You can find that.
Nobody does it better. The Riot Radio U.
Tim chiming in, who says his was cutting off his hair and his beard, although it's debatable because he says his girlfriend doesn't like it. But for him, he says the hair and the beard being gone, big upgrade.
I feel like the ladies always like the beard.
Many do.
At least when you start dating a guy and he has a beard, usually they don't want you to shave it for some odd reason.
Yeah.
I also, with many of these, I'd love to have before and after photos so I could make a judgment for myself.
That would be
like Jessica, she says bangs.
Jessica.
Laughing faces.
Pro bangs? You got the bangs.
That's why we need the before and after photos. I got to see these bangs.
I don't think that's something that I am necessarily going to try. TJ says beard. I guess he went with the beard, so he did the opposite of Tim. Said that was a big upgrade. I think for a lot of people, a lot of guys, once you finally, because some guys, like growing up, the beard comes in real patchy, real uneven, or it's itchy, and it's just hard to ever get that first full beard in. But then once you get it, it's a big upgrade. Philip says, talking about how I have worn polos, he also says that he likes to wear polos, and what made the world of difference for him was adding zip-up vests in cold weather. So you can still go with the polo and then also pair the zip-up vest with it. Ooh. Yeah.
I like that.
I don't know if I'm a vest wearer.
Come on.
Do you think I'm a vest wearer?
I think you could be if you tried it out. I've got a vest that I wear from time to time when it's cold out. TJ says I wouldn't be married or allowed in public without my beard. Yep, see, that's where many of us are at. Jessica also did give us an update on the bangs. Bangs look good. She did send in the photo.
Oh, yeah, some nice bangs there.
Everybody can't pull off bangs.
No, but I can't picture Jessica now without bangs.
Without bangs, exactly.
Yeah. Just don't know if that
Not everyone can pull off the bangs. No, I know some people who can. There's been some times where I've seen some bang mishaps as well.
Alex says beards and mustaches are just makeup for men.
I've said that for a long time.
Yeah, that's totally true. Let's see. Regina says finding the right makeup for me and knowing how to apply it is the biggest upgrade for her. Let's get to mine. Let's get to me.
Yeah. Okay,
enough about
waiting.
Everybody else.
We've all been waiting.
Me. The best thing I ever did is when I made the switch full-time from glasses to contacts.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've never seen you with glasses on.
Yeah, for good reason. And
you had the wire ones, didn't you?
It's not the wire ones?
Yeah, you had like the thin ones, right?
I did when I was growing up.
Did.
I did, but now, like, that's not even viable for me because my lenses, I have such bad eyesight, my lens would be so thick that it would just be very obvious if I had the wire glasses. And so I do have to do the thicker frames, which is fine. And I'm not even anti-glasses. I think some people can really pull off the glasses. In fact,
I like glasses on people.
I think if I could wear normal glasses that had normal lenses, I don't think that would look so bad on me. But the sheer thickness that the lenses have to be for me means that contacts are the only way to go. And so that is the biggest upgrade in my life that I have made. Also, I think having longer hair and a beard versus how when I was growing up, I couldn't grow a beard and I was buzzed. That was not.
Oh, your mom did you so dirty, huh?
Looking back at those pictures, not great.
I always was buzzed too when I had short hair when I was little.
Yeah.
So probably because it's easier.
Right. Yeah, because my mom cut my hair. She wasn't taking me to a barber.
Same.
Yeah. So.
Regina agrees. Same. I definitely prefer myself with contacts over glasses.
Yes.
I want to see you with glasses now.
See me or
Yeah.
Regina?
Both. I need to see both. I need to see everybody's before and afters. That's all I want to see is before and afters. For me, it's 100%. A lot of people probably would say my beard.
Yeah, I was thinking your beard.
In the past couple of years, probably my beard. Also, once you figure out good clothing, I was dressing like a menace for a while. I was wearing some wild clothing middle school and high school.
Yeah.
And even into college, I was wearing some wildly bad
Like what?
fashion.
Like what? What were you wearing?
I don't want to say because whenever I say things are bad, people text it and say, I wear those every day. Like, I love, that's my go-to. Those are my go-tos. And I don't want to make people feel bad, but I figured out my fashion style. You don't even, and what's crazy is I only wear it on the weekend, so you haven't even got to see it.
That is, you know what? It's true though. For so many people, your fashion in middle school, that's your lowest point. That's your lowest point of fashion sense.
I was wearing wild clothing. I would never want to see.
I was wearing like
ever.
orange pants. And I loved, you know what I loved when I was growing up? When I was like around that age, like 12? The pants that zip down into shorts.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Yeah. Can you imagine wearing those as a grown up?
Honestly, they'd be awesome, though, in the summertime.
They kind of would be cool.
I loved plaid.
Plaid.
Bottoms.
Yeah. Oh.
The stories you love with the opinions you hate. The Riot Radio U.
In not just the single biggest appearance upgrade they've made, but now we're getting some before and after photos. Do you agree with this, Isaiah, that just about everybody that, first of all, everybody knows themselves well? Because I would say that I agree with all the upgrades. If you sent a picture of before and after, that the after the upgrade, it is an upgrade.
Yeah.
But I'd also say this, that like the before isn't that bad.
The before, everybody always thinks their before is worse than it is.
Yeah. It's not that the before was bad. It is worse in comparison to the after, but that doesn't mean it's bad. Also, what I'm seeing is we're getting a lot of gals texting in with different various upgrades. And for guys, it's all either beard or no beard. That's the only thing we can do.
That's all we've got.
Yeah, that's all we've got. If it's not the beard, if you're a guy, you want to change your appearance, you can grow a beard or take away a beard. Other than that, apparently there's nothing else you can do. You're just stuck looking the way you look.
And that's the only thing the guys go to.
Yeah.
It's their main go-to of facial change.
But I think that shouldn't be that. Like, as a guy, you could drastically change your fashion and still like continue living life. But that could be I think for a lot of guys, that could be the biggest upgrade you could make.
Oh, getting some good clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It makes a huge difference.
Just simply going from, for some, not for everybody, I don't think this will work. For going from just t-shirt to collared shirt, I think can make a huge difference for guys. You just look a little more professional, probably a little more uncomfortable, but that would be a big upgrade for you.
You know what I think is a huge one, especially clothing-wise, and this is something that I figured out, is there's certain brands that are going to make you look better because of your body type. And so if you're like some people think that it's only like bigger people like need shirts to make them look skinnier, but also really skinny people need shirts to make them look bigger too. And so it's just like the combination of everybody wants to look a certain way, and there's certain brands of clothing that can help you look more so that way.
What brand? So what brands?
I know
are good
exactly
for
what mine
guys?
is.
Yeah, what's the skinny
I mean,
guys?
I don't know, but for everybody, it's all differently. I have these shirts called built shirts that make me look really good.
Yeah.
And then I rock crew necks all the time because I'm kind of a little guy. But crew necks give me a little extra bulk.
Oh, that's smart.
A little more respect in public when I walk around.
Here's what I've noticed, actually, and this is probably subconscious, that because I don't work out, I'm not a big guy, skinny fat, some might say, but I've got small arms. My biceps, pathetic. And so I need shirts that hide that.
Yes.
And so that's why during the colder months, as soon as it hits, September, I'm throwing on a flannel over top of my t-shirts, and I'll rock that.
All of a sudden, what's under there? They don't know.
Nobody even knows.
You don't know.
The size, much less of an issue. And the sweatshirts too. Love throwing sweatshirts on.
Give that a little extra juice in there. That little extra juice.
So that's why before polo season returns, I need to start doing some curls.
Oh yeah, that's why you're getting ready for the summertime.
Yeah.
Ooh, we're all in for it this summer. But
That's right.
figuring out the clothing that fits you best.
Show.
Yeah, get ready for the gun show. Yeah, the clothing that fits you best can be a big upgrade for people. But yeah, mainly people always think that they looked horrible years ago. But the thing is too, this is what's wild, is there's a long time in your life where you always think that you're looking your best. Like 4 years ago, Now looking back, I looked ridiculous. But
Yeah.
at that time, I've never looked better. 20-year-old me, that was the best I've
When
ever
you
looked.
were wearing those Dan Flash's shirts, you thought you looked real
You
slick.
thought you looked so good.
Yeah.
When you were 16 years old and you had on something crazy, you thought that you were hot stuff. And that's what's really wild is at what point in your life do you reach that point where you're like, you know what? 3 years ago was really my prime.
When I was in middle school wearing Hawaiian shirts unbuttoned with this pants that zip off into shorts, orange, by the way, I thought I was.
You thought women were craving you.
Well, I was like 13, so I was barely there yet, but I sure thought I looked good.
Oh, yeah. When I was
For
like
whoever
16,
I was trying to impress.
when I was 16 years old, rocking like plaid shorts down to what felt like my ankles now. So long, I thought that I was just hot stuff. And that still continues now.
It is the riot.
Thanks for watching the worst of the riot. Since you made it this far, you might as well like, subscribe, and check out riot.radiou.com for even more riot.